200 plus miles, so a 400-odd mile round trip as the game gets off and underway. Sheffield Wednesday in those white shirts with the black trim. Bambo Diaby rising above Mustafa Bundu, who makes his first start for Argyle tonight. The cushioned header is along the deck and driven by Paul Valentine high down the far side. So a quick reminder of the lineups then. Dawson in goal for Wednesday. Valentine, the Catalan, is at right back with Famewo continuing his much discussed role at left back. The two centre halves Iofa and Diaby, Byers, Bannon and Buckley in a midfield three, and a front three of Musaba, Gregory and Windass, as Edwards, the captain of Plymouth Argyle, shuffles in field from the near side there right, will take the 24-year-old. His first game back in action was at the weekend after an 8-month layoff due to an injury he sustained in a coming together with Josh Windass. Musaba works the ball out to the far side, in goes the cross. Buckley's arriving late, the ball glances off his thick black hair. Plymouth work it down the line, and now the counter-attack is on from those in green and gold, and now Bundu, a little back heel, beautifully crafted. Finn Azaz supporting on the blind side. Infield it comes, here's Whittaker, curling one off the post. In the end, the flying Cam Dawson wouldn't have got there, but that was delightful football and a worry for Sheffield Wednesday. Plymouth Argyle through Bundu and his back heel, the support from Azaz, the curler from Whittaker mercifully rattle the woodwork.
Yeah, Azaz will cause you problems. He plays in an advanced position in the midfield, and he's popped up a couple of times like now, getting the back heel there.
And Norwich was a key factor in setting up Morgan Whittaker. As it is, it came to nothing. We're in the 9th minute of the match on BBC Radio Sheffield. Here under the floodlights, the rain has stopped, leaving a clear night. It's quite mild actually in this part of the southwest. The coats, the many coats that I'm often accused of bringing with me to the matches, which I do obviously, are draped over the seats, and I see no real reason why they ain't going to move from there. Here Wednesday attacking. It's with Musaba, a little skip and a step, and the ball's pulled back to Buckley. He shoots, blocked at point-blank range. Windass following up. He shoots, blocked by the trailing leg of the defender. And Wednesday are kept at arm's length. But there's a roar from the away end as Bannon scuttles and skips away from Whittaker into Windass. Neat little triangle completed. Just the pace of that move dips as Buckley skies a crossfield ball that's telegraphed, then intercepted, then Byers scoops it forward to take it away from the Plymouth midfielder Barley Mumba, and in the end the referee's blown his whistle for a foul.
The manager will not pick his weakest team. He's putting the left side centre back at left back for him. He thinks he can do it, obviously, and up to now I'm thinking, yeah, I don't see any kind of reason why you wouldn't play him at left back. He's not that much out of the game, and here's a chance.
Beautiful ball in behind, which Musaba latches onto here, crossing position. Oh, and he's fired it through the 6-yard box. Lee Gregory had overshot the pass, and Buckley and Bannon weren't close enough. Of all the places to hit it, that was the worst possible place, and it's gone out of play for a throw-in.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great chance. I mean, and Josh Windass has done brilliant. He's cut it inside the fullback. The wide player is now in. It's got to me, it's more like a shot come cross.
Here is Famewo. Ball in his right hand, preparing to take the throw-in. He's missed only 2 championship games as he leathers it forward, right-footed in those red boots, up towards halfway. And now Musaba getting more joy down the far side, driving Kane Kessler-Hayden back. He goes round the outside of him. The ball's pulled back in. Gregory! Oh, and Gregory's first-time shot under a little pressure was skied right-footed over the centre of the goal. That's Wednesday's best chance of the game.
Yeah, I mean, Byers is doing really, really well for me. He's picking little bits and pieces up. He's firing it in there. I think the weak link is their left back. So I think Musaba, if you can get at him more often, you can get situations like that. That's a slightly better ball.
Delay the taking of the free kick, and it's the young Irishman Finn Azaz who dummies over the ball, then he takes it square infield to Barley Mumba. He turns, looks out to the near side, the right again, and Whittaker, who uses Azaz as the decoy. In goes the cross, and it's cannoned off the head of the forward Mustafa Bundu, who did a far better job than any of the defenders might be able to do. And he was trying to glance the header back towards goal, but
he stopped it.
He stopped it.
Now again, if he misses it, who knows, he takes the eye of the goalkeeper and it goes in on its own.
And this is a worry. Cameron Dawson, having not had to make a block, walked out of his goal mouth and went down, and he's clutching his glute, the top of his glute, and needs some medical attention. Barry Bannon has gone over to have a word with his goalkeeper, who takes it. Now it's driven long by the Spaniard, looking for the run of Windass, who'd covered some ground over the far side, but he won't get there. And now quickly Plymouth Argyle look to play it forward into the feet of Bundu, and Whittaker's coasting through, and he's brought him down on the apex of the penalty area. The Plymouth players and the Sheffield Wednesday players are surrounding the referee. The Sheffield Wednesday player has got a yellow card. It is not a straight red card.
Yeah, there was. I mean, obviously the lad is making a run through. I thought he actually got the ball.
As Bundu takes 3 paces back from the ball to its left. Whittaker to the right. Whittaker's the decoy. Bundu! And it's gone in! And boy, was that rattled in by Mustafa Bundu on his first start for Plymouth Argyle in this massive game between 2 championship strugglers. The new boy has rattled in a superb goal from just outside of the penalty area. There was nothing Cameron Dawson could have done about that. It is a big blow for Sheffield Wednesday, and it's Plymouth 1, Sheffield Wednesday 0.
Yeah, it's a fair play to him. He's actually gone where the keeper stood that side, but nobody's stopping that. Clips the crossbar as it goes in. Really, an excellent free kick. You can't do anything about it.
Tried to make contact with the ball. In the end, it's gone out of play for a throw-in. Swiping his arm across it, Joe Edwards, just to wipe off some of the moisture. 5th season as a Plymouth Argyle player. He takes the throw-in. Rising to win the header, Akinfenwa. I think he may well have nudged the goal scorer Bundu in the back in the process.
No.
And now Wednesday have capitulated at the back. Whittaker! And Whittaker scores to make it 2-0. Plymouth Argyle took the lead with a world-class goal. Sheffield Wednesday needed calm heads. They've capitulated and ultimately gifted the opportunity for Morgan Whittaker to ghost up to the edge of the penalty area and slide it past Cameron Dawson. And all of a sudden, the situation looks hopeless, and we're not even at half-time.
I mean, as a defender, your first job is to defend. So if you're unsure, play the way you're facing. Don't turn round and try and play it to your fellow centre-back, and then miss him and put the striker through. We talked about staying in the game. Now we've made it even twice. We've got to score 3 goals. We've got to score 3 goals all season.
90 minutes against Middlesbrough and Watford as Bannon takes control of the ball. Wednesday looking to come back from 2-0 down as the rain comes again here at Plymouth. In goes Bannon's cross. It's looped in the direction of Smith, but commanding Michael Cooper gets there, making the catch above his head, over on bowling the ball. And now here's Bundu. Bundu back down the line to Azaz. When they motor, Plymouth can really motor as Azaz. Back to Kessler Hayden, who's infield from left fullback. Back to Scott. Plymouth spread play towards the far side, and with time and space to come forward, it's Edwards. He continues his run. Now Whittaker gets it onto his left boot, turns it in field. The pacey ball is controlled by Azaz here. They're building up a bit of momentum, the home side, as Barley Mumba is brought into play on the near side. Rolled into the box, Kessler Hayden, dead ball line, ball centred back, and then the ball is scuffed goalwards and scrambled behind. I think it was Finn Azaz who hit the shot. The bodies were in the way, and somehow, luckily, Wednesday are not 3-0 down.
They kept themselves in the game like that. I mean, it was good play by Plymouth. Let's pull your hand and hold your hand up to it.
Here's Whittaker! And the almost nonchalant, dragged left foot effort from a central position, curled wide of Cam Dawson's left-hand post. The keeper pounced in the right direction, and it just had enough dip and bend to go the right side of the post and behind for a goal kick. Back it comes from halfway into the feet of Bannon, and now Byers. Wednesday looking to try and build something down the near side, the right. Here is Valentine, goes round Kessler-Hayden, still going Valentine, driving deep towards the dead ball line. In goes the crossfire deflection. It might drop out here to Bannon on his left boot. He plays it into the box, shooting opportunity. Windass! And Windass's shot hit goalwards. Save low down by Cooper, who stooped to make the save. And it remains 2-0, but that's Wednesday's best chance of the second half.
Yeah, half chance. Windass control, hits the ball, but more or less straight at the keeper.
Here is Dawson, and to illustrate the point right now, Cameron Dawson is passing it out from the back, getting it back before hammering it long. Masaba will rise, Kessler-Hayden will rise a little more and win the downward header, and now Finn Azaz 25 yards out, shoots! In the end, it was a little scuttling run before he hit the shot. I'm not entirely sure he hit it cleanly on the angle from 20 yards.
And again, if it keeps us in the game, it keeps us in the game, and great.
So there is a Wednesday player. Byers down in a heap as Finn Azaz turns his man, tries to wriggle the ball away from Gassama and gets it back. Then he curls the shot, save low down there by Dawson. Springing to his left, he got one hand behind the ball as it's tapped out to the far side. Plymouth are caught offside, so the chance of a breather for Sheffield Wednesday's defence as Stephen Schumacher, the former Everton footballer, played a bit for Bradford City, is stood all in black on the edge of the technical area, pointing and just continually talking to Kessler-Hayden. He's trying to coach his young fullback through the game on the near side. So whatever happens, we'll have reaction in breakfast tomorrow with Toby and online as Finn Azaz wins it back cheaply. Now Hardy! And that seals it. 3-0. No way back for Sheffield Wednesday here as Finn Azaz won the ball back far too comfortably. It's rolled up to Ryan Hardy on the edge of the penalty area. He opened up his body and drilled the ball past Cam Dawson into the goalkeeper's bottom left-hand corner. This has been a thoroughly depressing night for Sheffield Wednesday. Quite a few fans are heading to the exits now. It's a long way back from here in every sense. Plymouth 3, Sheffield Wednesday 0. But only to a stooping Cameron Dawson, who gets it back hurriedly, clears it to the right back position where Iorfa has to come back to clear it away. Very scrappy. Then Jeddy Gassama turns on halfway. He's actually done quite well here, and he's rolled the ball into the middle of the park where Will Volks, looking to stretch play, gets it to the far side via a deflection. Wednesday stay on the attack. Here's Windass, whose first time shot, left-footed, rose and rose into the Barn Park end where the Sheffield Wednesday fans are housed. But a glimpse of something better from Sheffield Wednesday in attack.
Yeah, you'd fancy Windass coming on today. He's got decent technique. Obviously a lot of pace on the cross, so really he might have gone with rather than the laces, go with a side foot.
In the Champions League, Man City have retaken the lead in Switzerland. Haaland from the penalty spot, they lead 2-1. Scar clears away, out it comes to Will Volks, who with a swirling scissor-kicked effort is ultimately miles wide. They had their opportunities as Will Volks half volleys it wide to Akin for Maywo. The shards of rain are coming down 10 to the dozen here. Awful conditions overhead, even though the pitch is holding it well. And Bambo Diabe, as he comes forward, just lollops to the ground, having been clipped by Ryan Hardy. And that is indeed that. Sheffield Wednesday soundly beaten by 3-0 by Plymouth Argyle. The first 40-odd minutes weren't too bad.